Hi, the White Lotus fans. Welcome to Tori Talks with Dr. S. I'm Tori, and this is Dr. S. We're going to be talking about Season 2 of the White Lotus.
Yay.
It's episode 1, of course, and it's called Ciao. And so, obviously, that means we're going to Italy, Sicily specifically, and I loved this episode more than Season 1's first episode.
I really enjoyed it too. Yes. I don't know if more, but I felt like, because we have expectations now, so it was just enough of a parallel and a difference.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yes. Like, I like that they are continuing some things the same, right? Like the welcoming and like the disgruntled staff, like kind of getting to know that behind like the customer service experience. I love that about the first season. And I like that we got a little glimpse of that in this one too.
Yeah, I think I loved it more because I already knew the tone. Last season, we didn't know, is this like a funny show?
Oh, we were confused.
This a drama? Yes.
Yes.
Like almost like can recognize this, the quirks of the series.
Yes, for sure. You're right.
Well, it starts a lot like last season. We got a dead body.
Right. Well, what I like about it is that, so we have the parallel, starts with a dead body, and we need to figure out who it is. But what I like is that they pushed it up a notch by saying more.
Plural.
But how many? We don't know that part.
There's a few.
Yeah.
Is what Rocco said.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting, yes. And it starts like how it did before as well. This is the aftermath, obviously. So there's Daphne, and she's talking to two female tourists. Do you know who those tourists are? You won't probably know.
No.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but creator and director Mike White was on Survivor. He was on a season of Survivor.
Oh, I do remember you telling me this.
And these are two of his tribe mates.
No way.
Yes,
did you recognize them by seeing them?
I didn't recognize, but I read about it, and I thought that was so cool of him to include them.
I love their little interaction, too.
Yeah. So anyway, then we do pick up for 1 week earlier where we're going to check into the White Lotus again. So, yes, we have that same, the little boat ride over, and they're ready to welcome them. But now the manager is Valentina, the resort manager. And she's already stealing the show a little bit for me. Very funny.
Yes, I like her, I don't know what it is, her sass. Her no, it's all business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
But she's very uppity.
Yes.
And it gives her
scary.
A little bit.
I wouldn't want her to be my boss.
Nope. Poor Rocco. And then we also see two Sicilian women that are there waiting in the wings, waiting for the boat because we know that they're supposed to meet up with somebody, and it's Mia and Lucia. She calls her Luci. And Luci has been corresponding with somebody on the boat, but we don't know who it is. I love that. We don't know.
And the whole episode we didn't know. Yes.
Yeah. So that was a cool.
So I like that one is a working woman, obviously, and the other one is tagging along. She's brokenhearted, and is she just gonna dabble? It sounds like she's never been.
She didn't seem to want to be a part of that. Even the makeup, she was a little. She's like, I look like a whore.
Yeah.
And she didn't want that.
No, I don't think so either.
Just
but I kind of think that things may escalate as the season progresses because
anything's possible with the White Lotus.
Literally anything. Because if you saw season 1, which I'm sure you have, then you know that they are not afraid to go where no show has gone before.
Suitcase.
Poop.
Suitcase.
Profile shot. Silhouette.
Oh my god. Yes, and we do have a familiar face joining us. Jennifer Coolidge is back.
Goodness, I love her
Tanya.
so much.
Tanya's back.
Is there any other person who makes you cringe as much as?
No.
Oh my gosh, she does it so well.
She has the most original acting style and delivery of her lines. And she's like, I think I disassociate. Like, just the way she says it, it works.
I can't get sick of it.
It works.
I can't get sick of it. And her relationship, wow. They make it so gross, yet it's so compelling.
She married Greg from last season.
I love that.
He's horrible to her. But she still has her demons.
Yes.
And she still has her codependency, which is why she hired Portia, the assistant, and brought her along.
Yes.
Which her husband was not okay with.
I wasn't 100% thinking that he is horrible with her because he didn't want the assistant to be there. He wanted to spend time with her. I know the whole macaron thing sounded like a whole fat shaming thing, but I was actually thinking, okay, is it because she's always like, oh, I'm fat, I'm eating too much, and so he's trying to prevent her from going there type thing? I'm not 100% that he's treating her horrible.
Interesting, because I thought it was very obvious the writing was on the wall because of, like, he seemed a little annoyed that she wanted to have sex, and then he's having secret phone calls, which I'm like, who are you talking to? He's very dismissive of her.
It sounded like a work call to me. Am I naive?
So maybe I'm seeing it from her perspective, like, kind of suspicious, like, so we have two different perspectives here. But I didn't love him last season.
No, for sure.
But I didn't buy the whole, like, oh, it's just supposed to be art. I feel like he's annoyed with her, so he's, like, resentful
of the assistant?
Taking this out. Yeah, I think he's more, like, annoyed with her character flaws. And so he's being impatient with her. But it doesn't give him a right to be impatient with her.
No.
But, yeah, I don't love him. But
no, I don't either.
Issues.
No, I definitely do not either.
She's not innocent.
Yeah,
she needs to work on herself.
She does.
A lot. But we'll see what happens with that. But I already feel like it's bad. It's not going well. Yeah. Because, so part of this is this Teste de Moro, which are those statues of the heads, and it's about, like, infidelity, and then this woman cuts off the head as revenge, and it's not only, it's getting to me, but it's getting to her, it's getting to a lot of our characters, so that's obviously going to be some kind of a theme, and I love that Mike White always kind of has that, like...
I like that it's from the get-go. It's already there in the lore of the show.
Planting the seeds. Yes. Okay, then we also have two couples traveling together, and they could not be more different. We have Daphne and Cameron, which are really, like, happy and upbeat, and they're a little bougie, but they seem to, like, have a really good relationship. I'm not buying it.
Right.
And then we have Ethan and Harper played by the amazing Aubrey Plaza. I love her and her awkwardness. Did you ever see Parks and Rec?
Oh, no, not very much.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
She does awkward like nobody else, and she does it well. And even here, playing a completely different role, she's uptight. She's anxious. Yes. She talks about how, like, I love when Daphne asks her, like, oh, what, you have trouble sleeping? Why? Like, work? She's like, well, yeah, but also, like, the world is going to hell. And it's funny because she's kind of an exaggerated version of me. I mean, that's...
I was thinking the same thing about me. Like, because if you do think about the world all the time, how can you sleep? You just have to learn to put it aside or take Ambien.
And I didn't get, like, wokeness. I don't feel like she's, like, bitter about it or anything like that, but she at least is conscious of the, you know, the bad parts of the world. But I also feel like Daphne, on the contrary, is not as aware because it's just easier to not be aware.
They're really two parts of one real person.
Yeah.
Right? Because you kind of have to be both of those people to just function in life. Right? Without medicating yourself probably all day long.
Yes.
So I kind of like that about them. Like, they're initially different, but I think they're going to wind up being the same. Like, not the same, but kind of like, I don't know, kind of maybe... taking on the characteristics of one another.
Well, yeah, because they could symbiotically work together really well. Like, her making her more aware, and then her making her, like, chill out a little bit.
Right?
You know?
I think so, too.
Yeah. I like them. I like both of them for different reasons.
Yes.
I really like Daphne for some reason. Maybe she's... But, okay, let's talk about her counterpart, Cameron, who... I don't love.
No.
So, well, first of all, from the get-go, Harper is already suspicious of, like, why did they invite us here? She's thinking business proposition, right? She's already suspicious of that. So then, let's just talk about the scene where he takes it upon himself to dress in front of her.
Yes.
Dong out and everything.
Right.
Is that really his thing?
I didn't get a good look. Was it shown? Did I need to go back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just saw his butt. I need to go back. Okay.
There's a lot hanging out, but I don't know. Anyway, but that was gross, and I felt like
who does that?
She just talked about how she's a lawyer for people that are suing for sexual harassment, and he's like, "Oh, I think those are bogus." Well, I'm not so sure they were bogus if you're doing this, you know.
Right, exactly. Nobody does that. So then the motive, though, is he trying to, like, are they trying to do, like, a swinger thing? Like, trying to get them to, you know.
I didn't even go there. I just think he's such a pompous person and he's kind of like, it's like flexing in a way or something.
Gross.
It was gross. But I also don't like that Harper brings it up to Ethan and he's just kind of like, I don't think it's that weird.
Yeah. Yeah, so then it makes him seem a little complicit. Like, maybe he is in on this.
Oh.
I don't know. I just got a suspicious vibe off of him, too.
Yeah.
I did.
These couples are a mess.
Yeah, when they were in bed reading, and he was on the computer, I just got a weird vibe. Like, he was...
What are they seeing each other?
Yeah, I don't know.
They seem very wrong for each other, like the couple last season, the newlyweds. Like,
how did you... Yeah.
Why did you think this would work? Okay, then we have three guys, the multi-generational family of Italian Americans, and we have good old granddad Bert, who apparently Prosecco gives him gas. I feel like anything gives him gas.
Yes.
Very gassy man. And then his son Dominic, and then his son Alby, who I think is so far my favorite. He's reminding me of the youngest kid from last season. Yes. So we find out about Dominic, and his ex-wife wants nothing to do with him.
Was that so uncomfortable, like hearing her on the phone?
Holy
just like,
crap.
How many times could he just hear that without just hanging up? Like, was he waiting for her to change her mind? I was like,
what are you
doing? Just hang up the phone.
He's like, I'll keep you posted. She's like, I don't want you to. Yeah, and she brutally tells him, like, leave me alone. Do you know who that voice is?
No.
It's Laura Dern.
No way.
Yes.
I love that.
I know. I had to look it up. And that makes sense because she's worked with Mike White before. And who else can give a better performance than her at something like that? That tense and awkward. Okay, and then let's bring it back to Mia and Lucia. So Lucia, she ends up, it's Dominic who she is coming to see. So he has some kind of affiliation with LA and maybe being
movie
famous or something.
He looks like an actor in the show.
Yeah.
You know, like he, an actor type.
Yeah. But yeah, she kind of hints like, oh yeah, I'd love to move there. I just don't have the money. And then he doesn't take the bait. He's probably like used to that. But yeah, he just kind of says I'm going through hard times, and then they obviously.
Yes. It had a Pretty Woman vibe, didn't it?
It did.
Yes.
It did.
Because I think it sounded like this was her gig for like the week.
Oh.
From the beginning, when she, like the very beginning of the episode, when she talked about it with her friend, it sounded like, oh, this is like, you know, for the week. And then she had to go find him. Yeah. Well,
and her friend turning down that piano player who assumed that I liked that because then I feel like that was the point of it was she's trying to say, no, I don't want to do it. And she could have. She could have so easily done it with him. And she's like, no. Yeah. And to be insulted by him. And that's kind of gross. But so Dominic, I don't judge you, whatever. Your wife wants nothing to do with you, and maybe you're feeling lonely and you needed this woman.
I love the addition of that 3 generations of guys there, like the whole Sicily thing. I think that's going to make for some of the best comedy in the show. Yeah. Right? Like, and some interesting
and maybe some appreciation.
Yeah, like of parenting and generational differences and stuff. I think that's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe they can look for the Sicilian roots there. Yeah. And ties. So then the son of Dominic is Alby, who seems so sweet, and then we see like the chemistry between him and Portia.
Oh, it's so cute. Poor Portia has to keep going to hide in the room.
Oh my gosh, she's like, go to your room. Oh my gosh,
she should just go into town and like eat there, you know, like don't hang out in the resort.
She's gonna be stuck there. Gosh, she's just like that little crutch for Tanya that she always has to have.
Yes.
Like last season, same thing. All right, well, those are our players.
Yes.
Something's gonna go down.
Any predictions yet? Too soon.
We can make a prediction about who's
the floater is, the initial floater. I wonder if their head's attached.
I feel like it was a man. I feel like it was a white male.
Okay.
So one of the
if so, the legs seemed a little thin.
Yeah,
right?
Alby. Oh, don't kill Alby. No. But if I had to like guess, Alby, I think it's
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have a guess yet.
Okay. That's okay. You don't have to. But yeah, I was trying to pay attention to... It could be a woman for all we know.
There's more than one.
I know. Ooh, that's crazy.
That's so exciting. Not exciting, but, you know, interesting. No, intriguing.
White Lotus is pretty scandalous.
I'm in. I like it.
I know. I'm really
beautiful
excited.
To get to see all that, like, Italy and, like, hearing the Italian and all the subtitles. I don't mind that.
Personally, fills a void for me because I was supposed to be on vacation with my husband in the Amalfi Coast coming up, but my husband's employer had other plans. So this will be my Italian vacation.
It's like you're there.
It really is. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's fine. Anyway, everybody, let us know what you thought of the premiere episode of The White Lotus Season 2. Please comment below and then like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody. Bye.